Hey guys, Breach here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Quest XI. We are going to go back to our file, not my personal file. And this is a really neat touch, I think. They give you what's happened so far, so whenever you restart, you kind of get a little synopsis of what you were doing whenever you set it down. Here, Levin and Gemma, firm friends since being born on the very same day, have both come of age at last. They set out to climb Cobblestone Tor together to offer their prayers to the spirit of the land and the age-old ceremony of their people. After reaching the top, they offer up their prayers and then head back down to the bottom, where they tell Mayor Dunstan of the spectacular sights they saw. Upon hearing this, Dunstan explains that the purpose of the ceremony is to show them the breathtaking breadth of Adria. Now that he has come of age, the mayor tells Hero 11 to return home to his mother, Amber, and to tell her of his experience atop the Tor. And that's where we left off. I do want to do a little bit of exploring around town here before we get fully kicked off. Because last time, we just kind of came in here and called it a day. Now, while I was playing around on my personal time, too, I discovered a few fun features. If you press the left stick, you can go into first-person view. If you hold down the right trigger, you can sprint. Now, as with all Dragon Quest games, there are collectibles everywhere. Not so much collectibles as much as just stuff for you to get. There's flavor text everywhere. Trying to make sure there wasn't anything back there that I missed. And behind this house, I believe, there's a chest. Yes. A cypress stick. Selling fodder. Put it in the equipment bag. No way around there. So let's just sprint. Let's just... Well, we'll smash these barrels. And let's go into Gemma's home. Actually, I didn't get to do this on my personal file because, well, you'll see. Oh, yeah, there are barrels that you can just run over. Bookshelves that have a red book on them, you can pull out and read. And you'll get flavor text out of it. So this one just happens to be Dunstan's cookbook. And jokes. The Dragon Quest series is filled with jokes. So if you haven't been following along as we go, you might just be discovering this now. But particularly the English translations are filled with puns. This is a series known for its humor. And there was really nothing up here. So I'm just going to jump down. Because I can. I regret coming in here now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go see our dear old Ma. I don't think this is our house. But we're going to go in it. Oh, there is breakable stuff. Yeah, cross the bridge. Huh. Woof woof. Sandy's right there. However, we can get on top of the houses in this game. I don't know about this one as much. But, you know, so that house over there had stuff on top of it. Let's go over here. And we have to go from the other side. Correction, let's go over here. You can see, you can do a little bit of platforming to get up here. And there are some collectibles that you'll definitely want to get this way. Notice there's a chest on that house over there. So we're definitely going to get that before we step inside. So, up we go. Come on. Glory feather. Get up there just right. 50 gold coins. Good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and say hi to Mom.
Oh, here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the tour, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say?
That sounds peculiar.
Funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me.
She seems to know more than she's letting
Turn
on.
out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along. Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk.
No privacy here for this little talk.
Here. This belongs to you. Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the tour. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village. It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
What? The Luminary?
What?
Do tell, what is that?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest.
Okay.
All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny, and that there was something you had to do. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
It's like they were foreshadowing that with the with Dunstan's quotes in the last episode.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
Hey, my favorite part of time. Words. My favorite part of the day. The reincarnation of the Luminary. Hero 11 tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his upcoming trip. Eventually... yeah, we're gonna wander around outside because we can't sleep. Thanks, phone. I don't think there was anything upstairs here, but I'm gonna double check just for due diligence's sake. The goal is to try and find things that I don't find in my personal file and basically just give a nice, relaxing playthrough of the game. I'm being fairly thorough on my file, but using different play styles, like I was using the Cobblestone Greatsword in it. So, yeah, it's going to take away the blind factor a lot of it, but also I don't want to be tied to only being able to play this while I'm recording, if that makes any sense. So if we pull up our map, there is one pink dot in the middle. We don't even have an option yet. So let's go talk to the pink dot, which happens to be Gemma.
Oh, can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you? I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone. That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing.
It'd be too convenient if a JRPG protagonist could just live a normal life and be happy.
I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it.
I think that translates to, it's not fair.
I know. That's what you're going to Heliodor to find out. I understand, really I do. Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to.
I think they'll just make their own assumptions based on our age, genders, attraction to each other. You know how small town people are.
Old friend.
Oh, she's crying as she runs away. Exhausted after his long day, Hero 11 finally falls into a restless slumber. Then morning comes. Okay, time to rise and shine. Look like a big man ready to go off on our big man adventure. Yes, we do.
Well, just look at you. You don't scrub up too bad, you know. Only wish your grandfather were here to see you.
He'd probably save us a
You
lot of
won't
trouble if
forget
he was.
him, will you? He was a fine, upstanding man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead. Oh, by the way, I've popped a little money I'd saved for a rainy day in your pack. Don't spend it all at once.
If I know Dragon Quest
Why
prices,
don't you visit the village shop
I don't
before
think
you
that's
head off to
very
Heliodor?
realistic.
You'll need some supplies for your big adventure. But don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, one thing, I'll touch on it when we get to the next area. But, this game helps keep track of a lot of things that I care about in games. Oh, what do you gotta say? Heard all about it from your mother. She said there's an important journey you have to make, and you, just a youngster. Well, before you head off, make sure you visit the barn. You know where it is, of course, down the slope and across the river. Once you've stocked up, head up to the village entrance to the north. We'll all be waiting to see you off. That's down in a river. Let's go around this way. If we try to go to the item shop before, the lady just would have talked to us. She wouldn't have sold us anything. So you're looking little cobblestone for good, are you? Well, make sure you got the essentials before you set off. Okay. Already have a pot lid. Wayfarer's clothes are an upgrade for us, so I will get that. And that's going to ruin our little aesthetic we have going on for the Dragon Quest VIII hero. But I'm fine with that. Let's see. Let's buy one antidote herb as well. We aren't going to run into anything that can poison us for a while. But when we do, I want to be able to kill it dead. Okay. So we're back to looking like our normal, fresh self. Okay, I gotta do something here. There we go. That should be better. Did that save? Didn't feel like it saved. Okay. That's much better on the camera. So yeah, let's just head north of town here. We've done a fair bit of exploring. Those people all just wish us off. This is it, my little soldier's really leaving. You might not be back for a while. Hope you said all your goodbyes. So, ready? Yes. Well, off you go then. Yeah, if we try and go back to Gemma's house, the door's locked and Sandy won't let us in. So.
One day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating since he brought you to Cobblestone.
Almost let slip that we're adopted.
There was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it is a little hard to swallow, I must say. Oh, when you meet the King of Heliodor, put in a good word for old Cobblestone, won't you, eh?
Naturally.
If he finds out this is the village where the luminary was raised, there might be something in it for us, if you catch my drift.
Alright, I'll be sure to pass along the word.
Oh, you are terrible. Trust you to be thinking about what you can get out of it.
Oh, no, I'm only joking, of course. The very thought. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Now, the fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine. But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way.
Oh, it will. Trust me. Especially with the way we're playing the game. And we start off with a horsey.
And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way.
Okay. I'm sure nothing
You'll
bad
find
will happen along the
Heliodor
way.
easily enough. Just head north out of the village and follow your nose.
Wherever it goes, we're going
Travel
after
safely
Fruit Loops.
now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Okay. You guys take care now, too. Oh, Gemma did want to come say goodbye to us.
Here, take this with you. I made it for you.
Aww. We received Gemma's charm.
It will keep you safe. I heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you?
Wouldn't dream otherwise.
I don't know what's in store for you out there. But wherever you go and whoever you meet, don't forget us, will you?
Couldn't if I tried.
Take care. And remember, we'll be waiting for you.
Sounds good. You guys take care now, too. And we are off on our adventure. Altering your outfit. Just about set pieces that change your appearance. Like that Dragon Quest VIII set. Here's a little tutorial on horses. How we can get around on them. I want to equip that for an extra defense. And then, yeah, we can gallop by rushing around like that with the horsey. Also, we pull up our map. We have a map menu available to us now. You can see maps in nearby areas, the world map, nearby quests, which there aren't any right now, sparkly spots, which are like those item collection places, which is really neat, I think. Additionally, for this playthrough important, defeated monster lists. You can go by region, and yeah, keeps track of all of the enemies that you've defeated. So we don't have to wait until we get a big book of beasts and then not be able to open it in most areas and then forget about it. Now the horse is kind of a safe passage type item. I'll show it on this slime here. You can dash forward and trample over an enemy, which is good and all, but you don't get to fight it. I will go ahead and leave this battle in, but here's where I'm going to start editing out repeat battles after this one. And I will be trying to fill out the defeated monsters list for each area. So there may be some cuts while we try and encounter the monsters that we need for it. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good goal for us to set. Now I'm gonna go by foot here. Ooh, here's one of the new monsters, the Stark Raven. Yeah, they all the monsters here at the beginning are just kind of vanilla, for lack of a better word. They don't have any real status effects they do to you. Nothing really special about them. Let's see. We could go off over in this direction. Another Stark Raven up there, sorry. But, as you can see, there's a guy in the way. I'm not gonna let us pass. So, let's just take out this Raven. Okay. Like I said, leaving the horsey behind. I don't think there were any collectibles. I'm not as worried about the shiny spots, at least not yet. Those don't become pertinent for a few hours into the game. Which you guys could see at the beginning there, where my personal file is. I love the sprint feature too. So if you feel like you're going like half the speed of smell, like I always feel like we're traveling in an RPG, you can just sprint. No limitation to it, just run. And I talked over a repeat battle. Damn it. That's my bad, guys. Okay. We actually got to level 4 off that last battle against Ravens. And we're getting beast bones fairly irregularly from them. Ooh, here's a new enemy in the tree. Can you guess who it is? It's a Draki. They are absolutely adorable. But again, they're a little quicker than the other enemies, but other than that, not too much special to them. God, we're getting all kinds of chest drops today. This must be our lucky episode. Looks like we missed one sparkly spot. Oh well. And you can see as you progress through areas, there are sort of enemy domains, if you will. Like we got these cruel cumbers up here that were not back over in the other area. And I want to attack this slime because he's probably going to run away. Maximize our experience and gold gains. It's not much, but every little bit pays off, especially when you're not doing any of the Dracovian challenges for it. I didn't mention it in the fight we had there, but I love that the death animation for the cucumbers is their spear flying back into their body. And it's a cucumber, so you can't really feel bad about it, but it's just so over the top. Where are you? You're needlers. And I don't feel like fighting that mad ray, nor those cucumbers. Needler, is that what I think it is up here? Yes, it is. New enemy. Unicorns. They're so adorable. Okay, now they're kind of assholes because they went before us. They're adorable assholes. Just look at the way they waddle. Everything about this game is just so charming. We're probably going to take decent damage from this next attack. Oh, too. Let's go ahead and cast a Frizz on you. That should be a one-shot. Nope, didn't one-shot him. Okay, we didn't need to cast the Frizz, but I'm glad we did. Okay. We don't have... Never mind. Go ahead and use an herb. I don't like letting myself get that low on HP. And further up here, we have a nifty little place. And it's something you're going to see kind of around the world map.
Oh, what have we here? I know a budding adventurer when I see one. It can be risky heading into the great outdoors if you aren't familiar with the basics of survival, you know. Well, fear not, because that's where I come in. See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you spy one of those, it means you can set up camp and rest your weary bones. To settle down for the night, just go up to the fire and examine it. You'll soon be enjoying a well-earned break. What's that? You're worried about being attacked by monsters while you sleep? Oh, ye of little faith! That statue over there is chock full of holy powers that'll keep the beasties at bay for as long as you need. And that's not all. You can pray to it to be cured of poison and all kinds of other things. Think of it as a mini church. Anyway, enough of my yammering. Why don't you take a closer look at all this camping kit for yourself? You'll need to get used to what campsites look like and how to find them. After all, you'll be relying on them whenever you're out in the wilderness. It's like my old dad always said. Keen campers can continue on where others can't. Well, that's all from me. If you have any camping-related queries, feel free to ask. I'm here all the time. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Of course you wouldn't, old chap. But no, he does. He is right. You will want to become familiar with the campsites. They will become really good rest spots for you as you're going on about your adventure. And naturally, there's a chest hidden behind it. Because why wouldn't there be? 80 gold. There's a well here too. No scarewell in this one. But it is a point with a shiny spot, as they call them, or sparkly spot. Strong medicine. That's like a mid-heal herb. So I want to save that for later. I mean, with as much HP as we have for the beginning here, we don't really need to worry too terribly much about using strong medicine versus a regular herb, because an herb is going to get you what you need. And then we are going around here. I think there are some new enemies down over here. At the... Oh. Okay. Just cucumbers. You can see the bunnycorns are all sleeping because it's nighttime. They're so adorable. I just want to hug them and squeeze them and call them George. And we can't drop down that cliff. If I were smarter, I would go stay at the rest area. But I'm not, so we're not gonna. Instead, we're gonna go fight a toady. Now, these guys, if you're rushing through here, they could become a problem, just because they have an attack that can knock you down and delay your attacks. So they're our first example of an incapacitating enemy. But they're dead. At least that one is. We don't have any following us, which is good. Jug of fresh water. How are we doing on our 7 out of 11? Come on. And enemies that are in multiple areas will count. This Hammerhood, I think, is in a couple later areas as well. Oh, good timing, game. This is Pep. The power of Pep. If characters attacked a lot or undergo certain other trials and tribulations, they'll eventually enter an inert state known as being pepped up. Think of it like an overdrive, except it carries over to the next battle until it's worn out. Later on, when we get other party members, if multiple people are pepped at once, they can do different pep attacks that kind of use up both of their full pep charge. Whoa! New enemy. Fright Bull. They're fairly weak. Yeah, like we killed it with one hit there. We are pepped. But still. The rest of you can live. Let's see, do we have any other new enemies that I want to show off over here? Or are they over in the other section? There is something off in this corner, if I remember right, from playing earlier. Well, we're gonna have to kill something. I heard it coming after us. Or we can just run past it. More fright bulbs right there waiting to spring up into action. Oh, it's just a shiny spot. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this Hammerhood. I think we're getting close to level 5. So I want to take on a few extra enemies. We got 3 Drakis in that fight. Oh, I pressed the button. Come on, game. Give me the preemptive. But yeah, we're still rocking our pep right now. Whenever it starts blinking is when you're about to lose it. So, if you're saving it up to do a pep power with somebody, yeah, see, we just lost the power pep there. Then, it's a balance of when to use it, when to let it ride. Because you get a boost to your crit rate, your attack, your agility, and I think your block rate. Okay, we got to level 5, which means the introduction of skill points, and the heal spell. Every time a party member levels up, they'll earn some skill points. As the name suggests, they can be used to acquire new skills and abilities. Use an open character builder. I will pull this open just to show it off, but I don't know that I'm going to actually use any. Now you can see the hero can equip swords and great swords. He also has sword mastery, which we can't do any of these yet, because you have to have a parallel panel unlocked for it. And also luminary skills, which are a little more expensive, but that things like zap, poof, different stat increases, holy protection, which is basically repel. Let's go ahead and get Flame Slash here. So I'm probably going to take him down the Swords Tree first. And yeah. Yeah, I like how it's more like a license grid. Kind of like Final Fantasy X or 12, rather than Dragon Quest VIII's just straight up toss points into the vacuum. You can feel like you have a bit more control to the growth. And then let's go through this cave here, and we should see a few more new enemies on the other side of it. I think we only have like two left that are absolutely new. Oh, hello. This is a lampwing. Just kind of like a Slime-a-Lantern. They're adorable, but they're fairly weak, at least defense and HP wise. But they give decent experience, so if you can, go ahead and take them out. Let's see if we can get just, this Platypunk. I love their little intro there. These guys are adorable. I think they might be able to knock you down too, and they certainly hit the hardest of anything that we've come across yet. But they go down like the rest. Yeah, you can see there's some actual growth, or a growth curve to the enemies as you go along here. Now, the last of the new enemies, I think, is over this bridge that's a little bit backtracking and not necessarily where we're supposed to go. But I do want to rush back here to see if we can find this last other enemy that we don't have yet. I'm probably going to get myself into a bad... Ooh, treasure chest. I missed this one. Single file. Basically, that's a quick MP recharge. A very small amount, though. Hammerheads and lamplings all over the place here. That's a lampling. Looks like we have... Damn. I had two lamplings and a cool killer, in that fight. Come on. I don't think you're this far back. We'll see, though. See, it's just a Platypunk right there. If we can't find it here in the next little bit, I'll turn around and run back, because I know that we find it in a later section. Oh, hello, little ghosty dude. I haven't found out a way to interact with those yet. Oh, you're just a lampling. Yeah, okay. Not finding him here. So, let's just go back. Hey, ghosty. Oh, hello. Yeah, the sprint can be a little wild to control. It's a sprint, so you want to try and control it more with the camera stick than your actual movement stick. But it's still a little tough to make precision turns and everything with. So, we're almost back there. I thought about getting into a battle back here and saying I was going to meet you over there and doing another battle and making a cut that way, but I think I'll just talk over the running. Plus, I can show off that if you don't want to fight battles, you don't have to in this game. You can go through this completely under-leveled and make it a bigger challenge for yourself. And that's a nice close-up of a tree right there as I take my hands off the controller for a second. Okay, back across the bridge, almost there, and it's getting to be morning. Not a bad thing. And yeah, we can see the castle up in the distance here. And oh, that's just a sparkly spot over there. Not worth going out of our way for right now, unfortunately. Have you come for? Well, you're safe now. Heliodor awaits. Once you're in the city, you can find a nice inn and rest up. Lucky you. Once we're in the city, I can show off another new feature. Yeah, the first one's not until we get into the city. Okay, Heliodor. Such a beautiful city. Like all the towns and cities that I've come across so far all feel like just fleshed out areas. Like Like, the cities themselves feel like living, breathing characters. Now, you notice there's a pink dot guy here, which, if you're lost and don't know where to go, find a pink dot and talk to it. Go see the king. Well, you won't find him around here. You better head to the castle. Go straight up this road, climb the steps, keep going, and Bob's your uncle. That phrase shows up a couple times in the game, and it took me a while to get there just saying, oh, yeah, that's, there you go. Now, this little girl has an exclamation point and a purple dot. Why, Amelia's stuck on the roof. She won't come down. Why? Somebody help me. Amelia's stuck on the roof. You have to help. The introduction of quests in the game. So this little girl has a cat on the roof. Amelia's in a pickle. And we have to find a way up onto the roof to go save the cat. It's not right here. It's a bit further. It's not further down, I don't think. It is on these roofs here. But remembering the way up there can be tricky for me. Because it took me a little bit to find it. I think it's in here. Yes, there's a ladder up to the top here. And hold on just a second. And we got some barrels we can break because we got to break all of the barrels. It's a prerequisite of the game. And here's the kitty. Meow. Cat swamp seems stuck in the roof. Do you want to help it? Yes. Gently removes kitty's paw. Meow. Help the little girl's cat. Go tell her the good news. And you can get rewards from doing that. But, little ghosty guy here. There's a mini medal up here on the roof. First one of the adventures so far. I have no idea, nor do I want to know how many they are or what the rewards are for them. But, it's a thing. You can come down here and talk to the girl. You did it! You got Amelia off the roof! Thank you! Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! Here, take this! Hero 11 receives a bag of kitty litter, which I think she'll probably need more than we do now that she has her cat back, but okay. And, oh, didn't mean to talk to you. Wrong button. You can go down chimneys for, like, some locked houses and stuff. But map menu, nearby quests, it'll show up which ones there are. And it'll point them out on the map. See, there's the little feather on the map? So let's go ahead and knock this one out, and then I'll go to the shop, and then we'll call it a day on this episode. Because the next section I want to do is a decent chunk on its own. Came all the way to Heliodor with one goal in mind, to catch a glimpse of the two greatest heroes in all of history, Sir Jasper and Sir Hendrik. Only problem is they won't let me in the castle. Can you believe it? Well, if I'm not going to get to meet them in person, I suppose I'll have to bide my time reading up on them instead. You know, if you want to earn my eternal gratitude, you can help me find a book about the exploits of those two fabulous knights. Okay, yeah. Gladly. I won't turn down a quest. Okay. He's checked the west side, so they even narrow it down for you and say, go to a house on the east side, look at a bookshelf, and find a red book called The Soldier and Strategist, A Tale of Two Heroes. Pretty simple task, right? Well, it is. Especially if you've already done this a handful of hours ago and you know where the house is that has the book in it. Yeah. I think it's this one right here. Wait, are you breakable? You're not breakable! But yeah. The age-old tradition of just storming into random people's houses in JRPGs is alive and well. And buddy, fuck your pot. There's a book called The Soldier and the Strategist, Tale of Two Heroes. Hero 11 takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. No matter how ferocious an assault the monsters may launch against Heliodor, this great kingdom shall not fall, for two heroic figures will stand in the path of any attacker. The first is Sir Hendrik, a warrior without equal. Countless times has he ridden his colossal black steed, Obsidian, fearlessly into the heart of an oncoming assault, scattering the enemy like so many leaves. He is chivalrous to a fault, and considered by many to be the greatest swordsman in the world. Even the vilest, most towering troll dare not stand its ground when faced with his whirling greatsword. The second half of this gallant duo is the shrewd and ingenious Sir Jasper. Regarded as the sharpest military mind of the age, he has led heavily outnumbered forces to glorious victory again and again. Though a swordsman, he may be no match for Sir Hendrik. His ability to analyze any battlefield and quickly arrive at the ideal strategy for the situation at hand is unrivaled. With these two great men, the swordsman and the strategist, to protect it, Heliodor need fear no foe. You found the book about the two great heroes of Heliodor. You should go and tell the tourist who is looking for it. Gladly. I do want to check upstairs, though. Do y'all have any breakables? You have a breakable. I didn't really look up here, I don't think. And no books of note on that shelf. Here's one. Down and Out in downtown Heliodor. In last month's issue, we shed light on the westernmost highlights of Heliodor's historic city center. This month, we'd like to take a moment to talk about the city's diverse downtown district. The land this quarter occupies once served as a defensive trench, but with the town's population growing by the day, new arrivals had no choice but to make their homes in this ditch beyond the walls. Soon, the bustling shantytown had attracted a whole host of colorful characters and came to be known as a place of great risk, but also of great opportunity. Downtown Heliodor's struggle with crime is no secret, but for some thrill seekers, it offers an excitement found nowhere else. Do you dare take a walk on the wild side? Yeah, I love that a lot of this is foreshadowing. Because, well, we'll see in the next episode for at least one of them, if not both. Now, let's go find the weapon and armor shop. Weapon shop, I believe, is... Right, this is just an item shop. The weapon shop, I believe, is back over here across the way. Yeah, they're both right there. So, up in here, up in here. Now let's see if we can upgrade from this cobblestone sword. What would we like to buy? I would like to get a copper sword in honor of Seigencat. Would you like to equip it? Yes. Okay. Anything else? Nah, I'm good. I'm good for now with that. I do want to come over here and let's sell a few things. We can sell the plain clothes, because those are obviously just a waste of time. And we can sell the cypress stick. Let's see, what would we like to buy? He has leather armor for 180. A leather shield for 90. I think I'll get the leather shield. Equip that. And I will sell our pot lid, and I'm not going to buy a leather hat just yet. Because yes, we'll be able to find one. And I actually have less money than I did on my personal file. I think because I spent a lot more time just grinding on random enemies. Because I had gotten the leather armor as well. Yeah. The church is that big building right there. And I think that's going to call it a day for us. I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm still having a blast playing this. So, I am going to check comments, because I'm playing ahead on my personal file, so it's not going to be that big a deal. So go ahead and let me know what you do, what you don't like about how we're doing the series, any funny jokes you think of. If there's anything that you found that I've missed along the way, feel free to let me know that too. Just don't be aggressive or a dick about it. Like, I don't mind some backseating, just don't be a dick about it. Anyways, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.